Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics. We recently had the opportunity to do a shop hop. What is that, you ask? The Greater Chicago Cichlid Association organized a shop hop in which the members get to go to different fish stores and a couple fish rooms and tour those stores and fish rooms. Now what's really cool is that allowed us the opportunity to get a lot of footage of some really cool stuff, and in some cases some very rare fish up in the Milwaukee area. In this video we're going to be bringing you Aquatics Unlimited. It's a great place. I recently did a video on whether or not the local fish store can actually survive. I will put that in the description below as well as in the upper right hand corner. Highly recommend you check it out. This is a store that I think will have no problem surviving in the future. A very large selection of fish, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of rare stuff. Customer service is excellent. Check it out. Hope you enjoy it. So this is Aquatics Unlimited, located just outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I will go ahead and put their information in the description below in case you are interested. This is a really cool place. We've talked about fish stores that do things right. This, I believe, is one of them. I've been here a couple times. This is kind of an overview as you walk in the door. It's a big place. There are a lot of tanks here, freshwater, saltwater, aquatic plants. I'm going to take you around and we're going to see some of the fish that we have here, as well as some of the display tanks that you can see. Obviously, I can't show you everything in 10 minutes, but the idea here is to kind of point out some highlights. This was a display tank. You walk right in the door. I just thought it was cool, a little goldfish here. They do have a lot of goldfish. A place this size, you know, they don't just have one or two tanks of something. They usually have like 5 of something to really give you some choices. Here we've got some pike cichlids that were pretty big. I mean, these things were pretty awesome. I love looking at those. Here is a flower horn just kind of chilling out. Fins are in great shape. You see that nice big nuchal hump, but if that's not your thing, there are lots of other things here. Here we see some glass humphead fish. I love these fish. I think they are so cool. At some point, I'm going to have to get some. I really like them. They're a little bit unusual. Don't see them around that often. This is a fish that is near and dear to my heart because it's one of these fish, the hatchet fish, that I had when I was a kid. And it just seemed like it was always available at the pet store, and we always had them in our fish tanks when we were little kids. And I don't see them around as much, but they had a couple tanks. They had the silver hatchets, and then you see the marble hatchets here. These ones look, you know, they stay a little bit smaller, look a little bit different, but I love them. Like I said, when I was a kid, you know, there are certain fish that stand out. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below if there's any fish that you had when you were a kid that just you really love and still love it to this day. These are really cool. The Flagtail Porthole Cat, not something you see all the time. Like them a lot. I really like these as well. These are the Von Rio Tetras. Look at the color. They don't get super big. I just think, again, when you're looking at tetras, it's something a little bit unusual. Here we've got some Madagascar rainbows, which I like very much. Here we have some more rainbows. Again, it's not just one tank. They've probably got 5 or 6 tanks of rainbows. This was cool. Hadn't seen this before. This red Tail Hemiodas. I like these a lot. They get a little bit bigger. Something I might have to try at some point. I like this display tank. Check this thing out. Nice mix of fish. It's been here for a while, but they change the fish around every once in a while. Not drastically so, but you can see some nice rainbows, some denison barbs. Just a really cool, very relaxing tank to look at. Very nicely scaped. It's a big tank. It's a cube. If I had to guess, somewhere in the 180 gallon maybe. Pretty cool if you're into large predatory cichlids. We've got the peacock bass here. There were a couple of them in this tank, showing really nice color. These were on the larger side. Here we've got some Polypterus, also cool. Never seen this before, this type of Pictus cat, but thought it was kind of interesting. Here's the other peacock cichlid just kind of hanging out. He was angry that I kind of came up to the tank, and then he just kind of sat there for a while. But really, look at the colors, just so pretty. If you had a really super large tank, if I had a really super large tank, this would certainly be something I would consider. I like these as well. Again, they're somewhat common, but I like the shape. I like the color. These are awesome. The African knife fish. Again, I like the way that they swim around. They're really kind of interesting. Again, these are a somewhat common fish. They get a little bit larger, but I love the patterning. Lungfish, if you're interested in having a fish that's going to last a really, really, really long time. Got some cool plecos. Here's an L200. They had a number of them in this tank. Really showing some nice color, nice finnage. Looked healthy. There's a yellowtail barracuda back there, in case you're interested in a large oddball fish. Here's some L129s. They were a little bit on the smaller side, but if you're into plecos that aren't, bristlenose or your common plecos, they have them. Love the Geopari. You know, as most of you know, I'm a big fan of any type of Geophagus type fish. These are something I'll have to add at some point. Here's another one. The Cupid cichlid is something I would love to add to the fish room in the near future. I love the way the Geophagus-like fish behave. I love their colors. Some more pike cichlids here. There was also an arowana in this tank. Really nice. This was a little bit on the larger side, you know, probably somewhere in the 7, 8, maybe larger. But that was really definitely a cool fish to see. This next one here, you've got the Lima Shovelnose catfish. I hadn't seen these before. They're interesting. Look at the way the tail fin, the bottom half, just kind of hangs down. Very interesting looking fish. Very cool behaviors. If you're into discus, they have them here. Beautiful colors, beautiful shape, look healthy. One of the things I really like about this particular fish store is you walk around and all the fish seem healthy. Transparent knife fish, check this out. How cool are these? Again, it's a little bit of an oddball fish. You know, yes, they have all the common fish. They've got tanks full of mollies, tanks full of guppies, tanks full of swordtails, all those things that you would normally find at a fish store. I just wanted to highlight some of the more unusual things, and I think this transparent knife is certainly one of them. But if you're looking for a more standard community type fish, believe me, they've got endless amounts of choices. Flagtail here, pretty cool. I definitely prefer these over, like, let's say a tinfoil barb. Here's a Dovii. If you're ever, again, large predatory fish, these things will get huge. Love these. Now, this is called a yellow rocktail crebensis, but this is not a crebensis. This is actually a fish from Lake Victoria, but I love the colors. I really like the Lake Victorians. Check out this display tank. Again, it's just one of those tanks that's really relaxing to look at. Again, you've got the Denison barbs, you've got some tetras in there. The planted background looks really, really nice. They did a good job on this tank, and it's one of those things where there's like a bench right on the other side, and you can just kind of sit there, and if you've got family members or something that are looking at fish and you just want to kind of hang out and chill out, you got this thing to look at, and it's just really cool to see. Here's an up-close picture of some of the Denison barbs. I like these fish. Definitely a great fish to have in a somewhat larger tank. But again, the display tanks there are definitely cool to see. Here's another one that's got more of a South American feel. So you see the electric blue Jack Dempsey. This one appeared to be in very good shape. Got some gold severums there. Looks like some Geopari. There is a silver arowana. There are some other cool fish in here. I thought I saw some waru in here. But yeah, really kind of an interesting South American feel. Again, look at the electric blue Jack Dempsey here. A lot of times these fish don't necessarily look the best, or sometimes their genetics can be a little bit weak, but that one in particular looked really nice, and again, just kind of fit in well with everything else that was going on in this display tank. If you're interested in shrimp, they've got lots of shrimp. Again, they've got a number of tanks that are filled with freshwater shrimp. I just wanted to quickly show you one of them. A lot of cool guppies. This is one I liked. I just really enjoyed the yellow color and that kind of fluorescent tail. This was a really cool display tank. Again, they got some crenum plants in there. You've got some rasboras in the back. Look like some Siamese algae eaters. There is a gold Chinese algae eater in here, it looks like. Really cool fish. Here's a close-up. This is definitely one I prefer over the standard. And then here's another smaller display tank, kind of a nano tank. You got a lot of heavy, it's heavily planted with some small fish, some small tetras. But in this tank, the display really is about the aquatic plants, which I can certainly appreciate. Really cool. Again, you can see it here. Not a whole lot of fish, but really awesome. Check this out. The ripsaw cat. And then you've got a barracuda in here. Again, these are unusual fish that you don't see every day. And it's kind of fun when you go to a pet store and you see something it's something that stands out, something new, something exciting. Here you've got a stingray as well. Also really cool to see. And then over here, you've got your freshwater crabs. Kind of cool. You got some puffers. I believe these are figure 8s. They also had pea puffers here as well. I don't remember getting them on camera, but they are around. Here we've got some bichers. Pretty cool. Had a number of different types. Very cool fish, very interesting. We had one in a 150 a long time ago. Unfortunately, it got out-competed for food. It wasn't a good mix. Learned my lesson. Here's the Altolamprologus compressiceps. These get bigger, kind of look predatory. Really like them. And then on the other hand, you've got the Fin Calvus. So the Calvus and the compressiceps look very similar. They're both from Lake Tanganyika. Both kind of have this predatory look, but the Calvus generally stay a lot smaller. This is cool. I have no idea what this is. If you do, I would love for you to put that in the comment section below. That red fish, had I seen that, this is video that Eli took, but had I seen that fish, I probably would have bought it on the spot and figured out what size tank it needed later. That would have been one of those impulse buys. So maybe it's better that I didn't see it here. You've got some large fish. I didn't see this either. So I'm glad the family was in on shooting video because I missed this. I missed the large cats. And of course, we usually end our Aquatic Unlimited videos with the pufferfish. So if you enjoyed this video, share, subscribe. Again, their contact information is below.